the cruising race and the Nobbies race. The weather forecast looks very good for a nice weekend in July for anything except sailing. But we will try to use what we have tomorrow and produce a decent race for you. Just looking through the forecast, which I'm sure you've done, we have northerly wind, very light, pretty well all day tomorrow, and certainly during the period where we'll be out in the bay. Until a couple of hours ago, on Sunday, it looked like complete reverse direction. But I'm looking at Wind Guru at the moment on another screen, and we've got southerly in the morning and northerly in the afternoon on Sunday. So it's probably a bit far away to predict that at the moment. What we're planning to do is to set a relatively short course for the cruisers class 1 and class 2. The numbers probably don't warrant having separate start times for the classes. So if we set a decent length line, we will probably set the boats off on one start in the morning. We're going to try and set a course which is relatively short with a beat and a couple of reaches, and hopefully it will allow multiple laps. So the format will be a beat, a couple of reaches. We will set a mark behind the start line, and we'll leave the start line in place through the race, and we'll use that as a gate. So boats will go round, and on lapping, please go to windward through the start line each time, and we'll record the times each time. This means that depending whether the boats are going more quickly or more slowly than each other, we will score an average lap time for each boat, and we'll be able to extrapolate a corrected result on that basis. So hopefully we'll be able to set a course where the faster boats will get round 3 laps, the slower boats may get round 2 laps. And we'll set it such that there will be a leeward mark, a turning mark, somewhere behind, not far, a couple of 100 meters behind the start line. Bring boats back to that leeward mark and then go back to windward through the start line each time. The Nobbies, we will set a reaching course using the same start line, but with less windward work. Again, on the basis of a relatively short course, and you just keep going round until we reach a time where we call it a day by the shortening the course. So we probably won't set a fixed number of laps. We will set this short lap, and we will try and get you around as many times as you can within a reasonable race time. The wind is very well. The direction looks all right, and the strength looks lousy tomorrow. We will probably not try and start at the outer end of the channel. There may well be interference with other boats coming in and out. So it's likely that the start area will be in the point marked topsail on your race chart. We do have the facility of the Harbour Master's rib with us tomorrow, and he has a number of temporary marks on board. So we will be laying 1 or 2 temporary marks in those fixed charted positions tomorrow when we get out there and see what the wind is like. We will be using Rovin, the large white cruiser, with Rovin emblazoned on the screens on each side of the upper wheelhouse. And once we're on station, we're leaving just after 9 from the Conwy Marina. Once we're on station, we will anchor and put the orange flag up. So that will be a checkpoint for you to come to. The start at the earliest will be 10:30. Depending on the wind and how long it takes us to set up a course, there might be a short delay, but we'll keep in touch with you on that. We'll be using channel 69 to advise you of the starting sequence, to confirm the courses and that type of thing. And we'll also do an update to everybody at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning from the marina on channel 69. that update will really just be an update on the weather forecast and where we're likely to go to set up the starting area. So that really is it from me. I'll answer any questions later on. But Steve, that's my notes, and if you'd like to ask Richard to do the day boats.
Steve, just before Richard does his briefing, just for clarification for everybody, the marks that are normally laid exclusively for the River Festival don't physically exist at the moment. They will be laid by the Harbour Rib. Okay, so any of those marks, you won't see them out in the bay at the moment. But what David will do is he will identify those marks, and temporary marks will be placed at those positions. So, yep.
They're the ones that are marked inflatable, aren't they? On the notice of race or the
Yes.
Yeah, on the notice of race. Yeah.
Yeah, but the only ones that are physically out there at the moment are the current navigation marks.
Okay. So they'll just be made as necessary then, depending on which ones we use.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that, David. And thanks for the clarification, Carl. So shall we go over to Richard Stagg now, who's going to do the presentation for the river?
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Conwy River Festival, Conwy Yacht Club and Conwy Harbour Racing. You should have all received the paperwork electronically. A reminder that the inner distance mark only applies at the start and finish. And this year, it's quite close to the dock wall, resulting in the poles on the dockside having to be very close together. The races, the aim is to do 3, one on Saturday and then 2 shorter ones on Sunday. The starting is the usual standard 4-1 go. I'll be using the hooter amplified by radio. We'll also be using the flag boards, and the course will be displayed on the course board, which will be situated between the 2 flag boards. Radio M2, P4. The yard boat arrangements. On Saturday, Roger Millwood on his boat Hooker, helped by Mark Sargent, are going to look after us. On Sunday, it'll be Keith Simpson on the Conwy Yacht Club's shore. But Orca and Roger may well be around on the Sunday taking photographs. There are going to be races within the race. We're going to have one start for both the CODs and the Class 3 boats. And we're going to start together. Finish times will be recorded. So whilst the COD results will be obvious, the Class 3 result will be announced later after Steve has worked out who the winner is. So watch for strong currents, wind shadows, and particularly when running with spinnakers, watch for more boats. Get it wrong and it's easy to hit something. And also watch for other river traffic. So enjoy the festival as best we can, but above all, enjoy the sailing. Now, I will be giving an update about 10 o'clock in the morning in the Conwy Marina boat park, close to where the start line is. I hope that's all clear. I'm happy to take questions.
Richard, what radio channel will you be operating on?
Hello, Colin. It will be M2/P4, which I think is the one which you operate on normally.
Yeah, lovely. And where will the start line be? Sorry, please clarify that.
The start line, the poles are attached to the fence posts that separate the Key Hotel car park from the the Deganwy Marina boat park. Sorry, I think I said Conwy Marina earlier. Sorry, it's a correction. It's Deganwy Marina, where the supplementary briefing will be at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, Richard, I'm sorry, but I don't know whether it's because people haven't muted microphones, but the distortion didn't allow me to hear what the time of start for the race tomorrow, and whether, did you say you were having a briefing before the race, and at what time that was?
Hi, Kit. The race start tomorrow is 11 a.m., which is in your written instructions.
Yes.
And I'm doing a supplementary briefing for anybody who has missed this Zoom round about 10 o'clock tomorrow on the Deganwy Marina boat park, close to the start line.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the start line, did you say was?
The start line is basically a continuation of the fence line that separates the Key Hotel car park from the Marina boat park.
And are there limit marks?
There is an inner distance mark, yes.
Inner or?
An inner distance mark.
Right, but no outer.
No outer, inner distance mark, which only applies at the start and finish.
Thank you, Richard. And the course you said will be over the radio?
It will also be displayed on a course board.
Right, thank you. Okay.
Hi, Dad. You originally said that the inner distance mark was only applicable for the start of the race. You've just said it's also applicable for the finish. Please, can you clarify?
Yes, the inner distance mark applies at the beginning and the end. It can be ignored during the race.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if that concludes questions to Richard. David, did you say you were willing to take some questions later?
Yes, if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Good, thank you very much.
Yeah, that sounds clear. So after the racing, we're going to be doing the presentation tomorrow evening, aren't we? So each day we're going to do a presentation for the winners, and there's a prize for the first, second and third, which will be made tomorrow evening. There'll be one set of presentations over in Deganwy for the day boats, and another set of presentations over in Conwy for the cruisers. Okay, the results will be given out on Zoom. That's, did we say 7 o'clock? Was it, David? I think I'm right. 7 o'clock on Zoom.
Can't remember.
I think it's 7 o'clock. Yeah. So we'll send out an invitation to that tomorrow during the day. So it'll go out via MailChimp. Now, one or two of you said you didn't receive the MailChimp. Now, I'm on Google Gmail myself, and the MailChimp for me went to my promotions tab, not my primary tab. So if any of the others of you are on Gmail, that might be worth checking, that the email has gone to your promotions tab instead of your primary tab. Okay. But we're doing the Zoom presentation tomorrow anyway at 7 o'clock. And then after the Zoom presentation, I will physically, to be honest, take the prizes around to each boat. I think most of us will win a prize, actually, especially amongst the cruisers. There's a lot of prizes and not many boats. So I think we'll be quite good for prizes tomorrow. Has anybody got any questions about that?
Yeah,
David?
We'll.
Yeah, well, I haven't spoke. I thought we could probably in the Conwy, the CODs, use the open deck outside the barbecue deck and do it all on the last day, because probably only be able to use it once. But having spoken to you just today, Steve, I haven't had time to get around there.
Okay, so you'll just do the one presentation on Sunday then?
I think so. I think that would be better, yeah. Okay,
that's fine. I think for the cruisers though, we agreed, didn't we? We'd do a day presentation each day. So 7 o'clock tomorrow and then 7 o'clock on Sunday. Okay. And
so Steve, Steve, does that mean you want Zoom set up for 7 o'clock Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, it will do, Roger. Yes, if you could do that for us, that'd be great.
Fine. And what time does racing start in the bay on Sunday?
Half an hour
11 o'clock, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes. 10:30 tomorrow, 11 o'clock Sunday.
Thanks.
And the day boats is 11 o'clock Saturday and 11:30 Sunday.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's if there's no more questions, I think we're done.
And just a brief note for Richard. Tomorrow it's decided that Mark Sargent wants to use his boat, Polly Rose, as the guard boat. Okay, so rather than Orca, it's Polly Rose on Saturday doing the guard boat duty, and on Sunday it'll probably be Orca taking the photographs out in the bay.
Okay, right. Yeah, thank you.
So I think we're done now. So I hope we all enjoy ourselves tomorrow. I know we won't have a challenging race in terms of wind, but it'd be challenging in another way in terms of getting our boats moving. So sometimes I think that's the most skillful of all, to be honest, is racing in light winds. So hopefully we'll have a good race and see you all out there tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.